ASMR world. I hope we're all good today. Hello. So it is Wednesday, and if you watched my video a couple of days ago, you'll know I told you I'll give you a bit of information about different stuff. It was on the Bundesliga video, the subscriber special that I did, or a subscriber request rather. And I told you that Wednesday, not every Wednesday, but some Wednesdays from now on, we would do Conspiracy Wednesday. Yeah, baby. So that's what we're going to do today. And Saturday we are doing true crime. True, like real life crime. Oh, there is crime in the world. Oh my god, I thought it was all make believe. So we're going to do that. I need to realistically start this, what we're doing here, because that's really better. Hi ho, hi ho, off to it we go. Sorry, I've never seen that film, I promise. Right, so before I get into it, I also told you on Monday that me and my lovely wife was doing a potato diet. Yes, day 3 of the potato diet for me and the lovely wife. I can't talk, I'm that knackered. Now, in all fairness, yesterday we'd been on it one day yesterday. I thought I'll have a look at the scales. I didn't think I'd have lost anything. And yes, some of it's water weight, for anyone who knows what that means. But I lost 3.75 pounds. So just under 4 pounds in one day. Like, what? Whoa. But to be fair, in the last 48 hours or so, all I've eaten is potatoes. Different types. You can, as long as you don't use oil, then you can use seasoning, you can use a little bit of salt, you can put them in the oven with no oil on. You can have baked potatoes, you can have mashed potato, boiled potato. As long as you don't mind doing that every meal for 5 to 7 days, then it does work. And today is day 3. I was meant to do it until next Monday, so 7 days. But now we have friends coming around on Friday, so I have to get off the potato diet after about 5 days. Pain in the arse, but hopefully it will work out and we'll lose a bit of weight between us. So, Conspiracy Wednesday. Now, not many of you know me properly. Obviously you don't. You've never met me. At least I hope you haven't. Unless you're a stalker. That'd be cool. Have me out ASMR stalker. They just come up behind me. Hello, Ollie. I watch your videos. They're not who's it? And there's nobody there. That'd be rather creepy, actually. Anyway, Conspiracy Wednesday. Oh, Percy says hello. 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 Yep, Percy's in a good mood today. Why is he in a good mood, you ask? Because he has a coffee. Maybe not. I have the coffee. I need this to keep me going. So, I literally think there is a conspiracy with everything in the world. Like dinosaurs. Conspiracy. They didn't really exist. It was just make believe. Man on the moon. Don't make me laugh. Why wouldn't it have happened since then if it was true? Speaking of man on the moon, there you go. The Tooth Fairy. I reckon she really is real. They tell me she's not. She's gotta be. Santa Claus. We're brought up on that theory for years and years that Santa's real. Oh, I hope you're not too young to know that he's real. What else is there? JFK, Elvis Presley. There's so many conspiracy theories out there, like so many, that a lot of them have to be true. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast 2 days ago. No, yesterday it was. And you find out so much stuff on there. He has so many like intelligent, brainy people on, and then he has some daft people, which is always cool. He's got Mike Tyson on tomorrow. That'll be so good. And he's doing one with Kanye West and Sylvester Stallone. I can't wait for them. But he had someone on yesterday and they was talking about Neanderthals. 600,000 years before they become extinct. And we come about like people did because Neanderthals started getting it on with Homo sapiens, and that led to us. Apparently, I don't get it myself, but they were really intelligent people, or things, or whatever the hell they were. They started the art. You know, they were doing art before anyone knew what art was. They were making pieces of like jewellery before anybody knew what it was. They were quite violent. They'd kill each other and then use tools to scrape out the inside of people's heads. I mean, imagine trying to have a conversation with one of them if you built a time machine by accident and somehow went back unto like Neanderthal times. Imagine trying to have a chat with one. How scary would that be? Because they would not understand a single word of any language, really. They're probably just all about the grunting. It's crazy talk, that is. Anyway, get on with today's video. So my idea was for Conspiracy Wednesday is I have this book. I haven't took the sticker off yet. I don't know what it really looks like. Conspiracy Theories: The Facts and the Evidence Behind the World's Greatest Cover-Ups by David Southwell and Graham Donald. I got this from the Works in Wolverhampton Town Centre. Should have been 17 quid apparently. It was down to 7. Funny how everything in there has been reduced in price. But I don't mind. And we're going to pick a page at random. And it's set into different categories. You've got famous people. You have, let's have a quick gander at the different sections. So we have politics, organisations, secret societies, historical tragedies, technology, places, celebrities, extraterrestrials, E.T. phone home, and murdered or missing. So literally we're just going to flick through just like that and just stop at a random page. I don't know what page we're going to be talking about. It might be really interesting, it might not be. Let's find out. If it doesn't look that interesting, we'll skip to another page. But this is as random to me as it is to you. So here we go. We just ended up on the historical page. It's not really a topic to talk about right now. Okay. Well, let's skip that one. Right. Randomly. I'm just trying to find an interesting one for you. And again, right, this time we'll just go whatever comes up. Okay, the Odessa. Maybe not. I'll tell you what, because it's like the first conspiracy theory video, let's go with something interesting. Let's take a look at the CIA. Yes, you know who the CIA are. Okay, actually, because the title of this video has to grab people's attention. So let's go with a famous person for the first video, and in the next video we can just go for a random one once we've got people hooked on the series. Okay, so famous people it is. Where are the famous people? Can't bloody find them. Okay, maybe not then. This is going to be silly now. I got one. Celebrities, here we go. Right, we're going to talk about today Bruce Lee. I've heard about this in the past, that they had Nazi war criminals working for NASA. The Americans, Russia, and to a lesser extent the British were all fighting over the reservoir of German scientists and other specialists from the darker spheres of Nazi operations. The Russians were furious when the Americans tracked down SS Sternbahnführer Werner von Braun to his hiding place, to include him in their so-called Operation Paperclip, which whitewashed the Nazi past of inductees in order to render them acceptable to the folks back home. They certainly had their work cut out with some that they caught in that net, especially the spies and torturers who were sought by Alan Dulles. I don't know who Alan Dulles is. I should really have the laptop to check this out. When it came to the V2 rockets that von Braun had invented, it was thought best not to mention that more people actually died manufacturing them than were killed by their deployment. So, von Braun, there's a picture of him here. So, that there is Walt Disney, and that there is von Braun, who was a Nazi scientist, and he was like behind, I think he was behind the concentration camps and all that sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure he was. Played a big part in the Holocaust. So, in Britain, 2,724 people were killed in V2 attacks, while more than 20,000 slave labourers brought in from concentration camps died in the factories that produced them. Fucking hell. So just under 3,000 people were killed by these V2 bombs, but over 20,000 slaves died making them. Nor was it helpful to make public the fact that the Saturn rocket was basically a reworking of von Braun's A-10 America rocket, which had been scheduled to take off in 1946 to deliver 2,000 pound payloads to New York. So the Americans started using bombs that were basically copied from bombs that was meant to land on New York. So they took something that was going to be used against them and used it to their benefit. So throughout the 1950s, the pro-Nazi entertainment mogul Walt Disney was hired by von Braun's shadowy handlers to promote him to the American public. Whoa. So little old Walt Disney, who Mickey Mouse back then, later brought us all these great films, was actually behind. He was working, sort of thing, in cahoots with a Nazi war criminal. They did this via film and television, depicting von Braun as everybody's naughty uncle who loved to play with rockets. And it worked. There was also Dr. Hubris Struckhold, promoted by NASA to its adoring public as the father of space medicine. What this man did not know about the effects of radiation, extreme temperature, pressure and vacuum on the human body was not worth knowing. Yeah, I bet he knew about all that shit, didn't he? However, what NASA had known all along but had managed to keep from public knowledge was the manner in which Struckhold had assimilated all this information. Throughout 1943 and 44, children from Dachau and the Brandenburg Euthanasia Center were transferred to Struckhold's laboratories in Berlin, where just the right size to fit into his pressure vacuum temperature chambers. Oh my god. They suffered unspeakable horrors at Struckhold as Struckhold harvested his data. Fucking hell. So this bloke, Struckhold, who NASA had working for them, bear that in mind, okay? This bloke, this horrible, horrible person, exposed them to God knows what. Extreme temperature, radiation, pressure and vacuum. Fucking hell, man. And he worked for NASA. On a lighter note, we have Struckhold and Von Braun to thank for the countdown to launch, as young men both had seen Fritz Lang's movie The Woman in the Moon, made in 1929, in which the producer had fought its suspenseful to reverse the count of the rocket launch. If all the rumours surrounding NASA are to be believed, then it has to be one of the greatest disseminators of misinformation currently active in the world, and the agency most active in the suppression of vital truths. It has got the lowdown on everything from alien presence surrounding the globe to a range of useful inventions that it is keeping out of the public grasp. NASA also frequently falsifies mission data in order to justify its huge budgets. Money received is siphoned off for mysterious research projects conducted away from public scrutiny. Using US taxpayers' dollars, no one is accountable, and no one on the outside knows what it is that all this cash is being used for. I do. Fancy sandwiches for your lunch? Do you want a shark sandwich? Yeah, just get out the budget. Get out the petty cash tin. No one is accountable, and NASA could just be creaming off huge bonuses for directors and covering up incompetence. One particularly paranoid rumour suggests that NASA is in fact building a gigantic tunnel network under the US, codenamed Ophius. Wow. Imagine that. A huge tunnel under the US. Why would they want that huge tunnel under the US? I don't know. Let's find out. This is so deep underground that it can survive a direct strike from a massive meteorite without problems. Geothermal energy supplies, heating, lighting, air circulation and microprotein cultures, so the network is self-sufficient. That way, when the big asteroid actually hits, NASA will be well placed to survive with a small military setup and be in a position to take control after the disaster. Well, you gotta know that people high up in the government in America, they're not just gonna lie down, are they? Yeah, the world could end tomorrow. And what? We don't care. We'll drink our Budweiser, we'll eat our huge hot dogs, and we'll go down with the asteroid. No, don't be silly. They've got plans. To make sure all goes smoothly, the approach of this huge meteorite is kept secret, so that NASA will be the only organisation prepared for the disaster. You better believe there's someone up there coming for us. Of course there is. He's gonna take us all out eventually. One feasible element of this conspiracy is that the moon landing photographs were faked. Of course they were. Just check it out. I've watched a few videos on this. They were taken inside a secret warehouse that was made up to look very convincingly like the surface of the moon. I think so. There are two possible reasons for this. I'll tell you one before we read on. It's because Russia and the Americans, who obviously were at war around about that time, there wasn't just the war going on with people shooting each other and blowing each other up. There was also the war, the space war, and they were both worried that the other country would get to the moon first and put their flag on the moon. There are two possible reasons for this. First, NASA never went to the moon. The launch was faked. Radio messages were provided by actors, and the actual landing itself was staged. This might have been to save money for Project Ophius, or it might have been to provide the US government with a vitally important propaganda victory over Russian cosmonauts. There we go, that's what I was just saying. The second idea is that the moon landing went ahead and the film footage that the broadcast live was genuine. However, the photos that the astronauts took just did not come out because Kodak underestimated the effect of solar glare on the plates. Faced with massive press demand for stills, NASA considered the financial and PR advantages of selling rights and the embarrassment of admitting that they took the wrong camera equipment. So basically, there's two theories. One, that they never went in the first place and it was all faked and actors played the parts. And two, oh, I need a haircut today, guys, bloody hell. And what the heck's going on my hair? It's all coming off today. And two, that they did go, but they took the wrong camera equipment, so the pictures never came out, so they faked the pictures. They decided it was better to bluff it out and mocked up a lunar landscape for a photo session on Earth. Now, the strange part. Evidence keeps on leaking out that NASA knows much more than it releases officially. A former high-level NASA consultant is rumoured to have leaked copies of conversational transcripts from astronauts on the Space Shuttle Discovery. In this document, two of the shuttle pilots are supposed to discuss what appears to be a huge, glowing spacecraft flying around the Earth. What the hell? There's something up there, I'm telling you. Former NASA specialist Dr. Hoagland has made claims that NASA not only knows about extraterrestrials, but also understands hyperdimensional space and the true origins of human life. There has to be somebody out there in the world that knows how we got here. There has to be. We can't just, right, we just appeared. Don't believe all that tosh that Brian Cox tells you about the Big Bang and all of a sudden we appeared. There has to be something. I would not be surprised if we're like on a TV show, all of us. And like if you've seen NTV or The Truman Show, I reckon it's like that. I reckon up there, they're looking down on us, and they're like, "Oh, look at him, thinking he's all that with his ASMR channel," and they're just like, "Yeah, you're our puppet. Tomorrow we're gonna knock you off. We're gonna make a bus hit you, or you're gonna have a piano drop on your head off out of a top floor window." Not that I know anybody who has a piano. The usual suspects. The American government. The most common explanation is that faced with the humiliating prospect of ruining a superb public relations scoop by having screwed up the photos, the American government told NASA to fake some photos and keep it quiet or else. If there is a UFO conspiracy, it seems likely that the American government controls NASA's involvement in the suppression of the truth. Well, the government would not want us to know if there was UFOs up there, will they? Because before you know it, everyone who's on benefits will be trying to claim a free UFO. They're like, hang on, if I can get free healthcare, if I can get housing benefits, if I can get childcare, why can't I get myself a free UFO? The Freemasons. A lot of strange symbolism seems to be involved in NASA's space missions, and it appears that astronauts have been instructed to perform sacred rituals at appointed times, facing in the direction of certain constellations. This is suggestive of the involvement of a secret society with an interest in mystical symbolism. Step forward, the Masons. My stepdad, he is a buffalo. I think that's what you call him. My mum's not actually married to a buffalo in the field, but I think like the buffaloes are a certain sort of like a Freemason sort of thing. Like they go around giving each other secret handshakes. It's like dop dop dop, dibby dib dib, dop dib dib dop, dop dop, that sort of thing. The unusual suspects. The Nazis. As previously explained, for the first 20 years of its existence, NASA was essentially driven and directed by an inner circle of ex-Nazis. You bastards! Nazi bastards! It should not be forgotten that these people were, prior to 1945, collectively striving to bring about the destruction of the United States and her allies. Although The original Nazi influence into NASA is now long gone. There are those who believe that the agency is still being run by a hand-me-down group of neo-Nazis who continue to drive NASA along the tracks of their predecessors' secret plan. You better believe there are Nazis still out there. They're everywhere. Like literally everywhere you look, there's Nazis. Your neighbour could be a Nazi. I was watching this program where it's like Hunting Hitler, it's called. I did a video on it a while ago on here where I went over the first couple episodes I'd watched, and they went to Argentina and tracked down the families of these Nazis who defected from Germany when they escaped. They went to Argentina and Chile and South America basically, but definitely Chile and Argentina, and they tracked down the families of these people, and they were able to speak to some of them. And these are the family. Like, imagine if your great great granddad or great great granddad had been a Nazi and had killed countless people and then escaped. Imagine asking your mum, so mum, what did granddad do? Oh, your granddad, he worked in a factory. Oh yeah, what did granddad's dad do? Oh, he worked in a kind of factory where they kill people. So yeah, you better believe there's Nazis everywhere. Your shopkeeper, grandson of a Nazi, or great grandson. His great granddad's probably sat at home polishing up his swastika right now. The Greys. The real reason that none of NASA's UFO sightings have been made public knowledge is that the agency is actually controlled by aliens. Although the shuttle routinely flew through a ring of different alien craft, the knowledge is kept suppressed by the extraterrestrials who are building up slowly to revealing their presence. Wow! Gifts of technology keep the US government happy. And anyway, who better could you have running your space program? So basically NASA is run by aliens, is what they're saying. But the most convincing evidence that the moon landings were faked, if you look at the shadows of the rocks, is what I've heard and seen on a video. In the moon landing photos, you'll see that they point in an arc of different directions, sure proof of a point source of light just off camera. If the illumination was solar, as it would be on the moon, the shadows would all point in the same direction. They would also have higher contrasts to the Earth around them, as there is no atmospheric scatter of light on the moon. I told you. Faked. The most mysterious fact. Comments about alien spaceships apart, there is a short, authenticated transcript of an in-flight shuttle conversation held when the craft was well outside Earth's atmosphere. In this conversation, one astronaut notices an unidentified object outside and asks his partner if he also saw it shoot past, then dart off. Whatever it was not a military jet or a weather balloon. This time, my wife, years ago, about 10 years ago, I'd say, maybe 9 and a bit years ago, we lived in a flat. It wasn't like a big block, it was just like a big house. It was like 2 flats on top of each other. It's like a big house that had been renovated into 2 flats. It was really nice, bloody lovely. The first place we lived together after moving out of my in-laws' house. I was laying in bed one night and she woke me up. She was like, wake up. I was like, what's going on? I was absolutely knackered. She was convinced she'd seen a UFO outside. She said, something just outside, out of nowhere, like a bright red light went whew, 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 like really quickly. I said, don't be silly. She said, no, I seen it. And she was shook up. She was convinced she'd seen this light whew, 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 then just dart off. I was like, no. But she swore down on my daughter's life that she'd seen this light, and ever since she's been convinced. To the point of checking it out online if anybody else had seen something similar in the area. Now, to finish this off, skeptically speaking, they do say that the only way for 2 people to keep a secret is for one of them to kill the other. Consequently, the the main problem with so many conspiracy theories is the mind-boggling number of people who would have to be involved yet keep their mouths shut. In the case of the moon landing conspiracy, this would have to include the thousands of scientists, technicians and assorted ground staff who worked on the Apollo project, not to mention the astronauts themselves and the considerable production team required to build the lunar set on which to film the actors taking part. Assuming for a minute that all these people kept quiet, what about all the staff in the tracking stations around the world who would have been monitoring the moonshot? But then again, you hear about people just mysteriously dying. I mean, look at them, that poor bloke who's killed by the Russian spies. Or his wife, his girlfriend died, so he survived a few months ago. You know, all he did was pick a bottle of perfume out of a bin to give to his missus. Why not? Free bottle of perfume. Good idea. And unfortunately his girlfriend died, and he was really unwell, and that was all due to spies. Look at killing Eve. Ooh, that's great. But now I'm going off the subject here. Imagine now, from the other side of the coin. Imagine being Neil Armstrong and the other blokes who went to the moon first. Did he go to the moon first or just walk on the moon first? Whatever, whichever it was anyway. I'm sure he was the first one there, weren't he? Along with Buzz Aldrin. Or Buzz Aldrin, whatever the hell it's called. But imagine being those blokes and knowing full well you went there and no one believes you. And no matter what you say, nobody ever will believe you. Or some people won't. Not nobody, but other people won't believe you. That's crazy to think. I mean, I get annoyed when my missus says, "Have you eaten the last biscuit?" I'll say no. And I know I haven't. And she'll kick off. But no, it's not true. She doesn't kick off. She doesn't really eat biscuits, but I do. When I'm not on a diet. She'll say, "Have you eaten this? Have you eaten that?" No, I haven't. And it's just gone missing. The dog's probably eating it without anyone looking. And you're trying to convince them, like, "I haven't done it. I know I haven't." And they don't believe you. It's a pain in the arse. It's actually a video, guys. Let's have a look at what else we have in here to look forward to in the future. So, we have NSA, which is the National Secret Agency. We have Mossad. We have assassination of JFK, which I've done a video about before. George W. Bush. Hillary Clinton. Nixon and Watergate. The Templars. The Triads. The Ku Klux Klan. The Freemasons. The Vatican. Cloning. Remember, like the sheep that they cloned? Dolly the sheep, was it? The Gulf War syndrome. SARS. The Oklahoma bombing. Bruce Lee. Stonehenge. The Sphinx. Jim Morrison. Marilyn Monroe. Paul McCartney. The shooting of John Lennon. Elvis Presley. Princess Di. Sid Vicious. Cattle mutilations. Secret bases on the moon. Roswell. Jimmy Hoffa. A few people you might not have heard of. Lord Lucan, who we all know of. Lee Harvey Oswald. So there's so much to get through in this book. I think we're going to have some fun with this series of videos. Part 1 in the bag. Hopefully back next Wednesday with another one, but maybe 2 weeks from now. Why, I hear you ask. I want another conspiracy video. I get that. But I also need to get a Carl Pilkington video done. A second Carl Pilkington video. Which, if I don't do next Wednesday, then I'll do this and still do the Carl Pilkington next week. We've got a lot to get through. Been busy. And on top of all that, I've got my dog who's due to give birth any day now. So I'm going to have puppies everywhere, which is pass. But no, so that's the plan. Saturday, True Crime Saturday, we're going to take a look at Charles Manson. Yes, that crazy bastard. Friday, we'll go for some more football. Monday, we're going to do a La Liga special, and the following Monday, a Serie A special. And following on from our Bundesliga special, which I did on Monday, just gone, we have another wrestling video to come. I need to get some more match tags to open. We continue with these. We will also be doing the Carl Pillarton video next week, and plenty more, guys. I also have this pack of Dominoes to open. I was going to do it today, but I'm a bit busy. I've run out of time. So we will take a look at these one of the days as well. Make some nice sounds with that one. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up, baby. Yeah. Subscribe if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? Hit the notification bell. Don't miss out on future videos. There's so much to come. You will not find this sort of content anywhere on in the ASMR community on YouTube, unless they're copying me, in which case I want some money out of it. If they want to copy me, they can pay me for my rights. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and keep watching. Thank you for all your support. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment below, in the box below. Drop your comments below. Thumbsies. Laters. Bye bye.